So this one time at band camp, I'm joking, it wasn't band camp, it was prison. Yeah, prison. I was working on our perimeter road at our work camp, and it's basically you sit in a pew-pew truck and you drive around the perimeter of the institution, make sure no one gets out or tries to get in. Some people try to get in, yeah. I'm driving around, and all of a sudden I see a vehicle driving towards me on perimeter road, and no one called it in that we were going to have traffic. So I called the control room on the radio, and I asked them, do we have any authorized vehicles on perimeter road besides myself? And they said no. I said, I got a vehicle on perimeter road, and they said, stop them. So I pulled in front of them, and I stopped, hoping that they would stop, but instead they went around me, and I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. So I pull around, and I'm chasing after them, and they go to back up by where we unload our pew-pews. So I pulled in front of him sideways, so we were shaped like a T. I get out of the vehicle with my long gun of shots, and I tell him, turn off your vehicle and put the keys on the hood. He looks at me and goes, no. Excuse me? I said, take your vehicle, take the keys out, and put the keys on the hood or the roof of your car. Do it now. He looks at me and goes, I won't. Absolutely not. So I pointed my gun of shots at the hood of his car. Said, turn it off or I'll turn it off for you. His eyes got huge. I said, I'm not playing. Next thing I know, my major and my sergeant come running out. I was just a regular officer 1 at the time. They come running out, so I get in my vehicle and I back up about 100 feet. I get out, stand port arms to watch the interaction that they're going to do. And all I hear my sergeant hollering at this guy saying, she told you to turn the vehicle off and you did not. You're lucky she didn't pew-pew your vehicle. So they're talking for a while. I see the sergeant is very animated. He is very displeased, and the major's just standing there very stoic. The vehicle slowly starts pulling away. I'm waved over by the major, and the major says, follow him and make sure they leave. I said, okay. So I follow him out, make sure they left. I pull around back to the front of the institution where the sergeant and the major were, and they're laughing. I'm like, I didn't think that situation was very funny. I almost had to pew-pew his vehicle. I'm like, what is so funny? I was confused. They looked at me and said that he was actually a journalist for the local newspaper and he was looking for the chaplain. Why he was driving around Perimeter Road, we have no clue. But he was driving around Perimeter Road, and my major said, you did everything by the book. He said it was perfect. You did an excellent job. Now do you want the bad news? I was like, I don't know. What's the bad news? Thinking I'm going to get a write-up or something. He says, you're probably going to end up in the newspaper for this because he is a journalist. I was like, that's not bad news. That's awesome. I did end up making the paper. It was the beginning of his article, with how he got pulled over by me and he didn't follow my orders. He actually was truthful about it, so I give him props for that. But yeah, that was the time I almost had to pew-pew a vehicle. That guy was a dumbass.